This is the metro. And it's only 1 block from my house, actually. I can actually come out the gate, cross the street, and come here. It's pretty awesome. In our little corner, there's about 16 units where we all kind of know each other. Hey, Patrick!
I loved the area because everything was just so convenient. I ended up moving into the Chesapeake Apartments.
Cracking down on gang violence, the LA City Attorney is targeting apartments they say are havens for gang members.
The Los Angeles City Attorney filed this nuisance abatement lawsuit against the complex owner.
They were saying that the entire complex was full of gangbangers, and I know that's not me, I know that's not my mom, I know it's not the couple across the hall, so where are these people?
A lot of times these nuisance abatement lawsuits are used as tools to evict a massive number of tenants and dramatically alter a property or a piece of real estate.
They wanted fences that had curved endings that are very eerily similar to the same fences you see around penitentiaries.
Then there were rules where they didn't want the kids to play outside anymore. They couldn't kick a ball. Anyone 13 and older had to have an ID, and it had to be photographed.
They wanted to evict people because their guests were not a company, and they wanted armed security.
And I was thinking, absolutely not. I didn't want one of my grandchildren or any of the children on the property to be an accident.
The city attorney's office and the defendants, the property owners, had a hearing before the court to argue why they needed a preliminary injunction.
And the court actually did grant most of what the city asked for. What the court didn't do was decide the details of that order. So we thought that it might be possible for tenants to take a position about what was going to be in that final order, to say, no, we want a voice.
The timeline was extremely crunched. Between the date of the hearing and the date of intervention, it was about 6 days.
We dug in. I don't think we left the office for 36 hours and ran to get in the door by 8:45 so that we could be there before the court issued that February 1st ruling.
Just to see the atmosphere in the courtroom, they didn't expect us to be there. They didn't expect us to come.
They were surprised, I think it's fair to say, because as far as we know, no tenants groups had ever intervened in one of these lawsuits before.
All of the rows of the courtroom were filled with Chesapeake residents. And the court saw that, the parties saw that, and the court said, okay, well, let's hold off on entering this injunction because now we need to make sure that the tenants' voices are heard.
The fact that we actually won the right to intervene in this lawsuit was just by far mind-blowing.
Now that we have a seat at the table, now that we have the opportunity to be heard, you know, we need to voice our opinions on the way we feel about how we're being treated.
We were able to say, no armed security. We don't need any more guns in this community.
The visitor policy was greatly taken back so that they could have guests, so their grandkids could come and visit and they could go play outside without fear of eviction.
We are no longer considered a hotbed of crime. That label was really important to me to have removed.
We have really used the opportunity to open the eyes of both parties.
And it sent a really powerful message to the city, to the defendants, and to tenants across LA.
And so you can make the difference. You can be the change that you want to see, but it takes you to do it. And in partnership with legal aid, of course, but it takes you to do it.